Right, the South African Revenue Services has collected 38 billion rand, more than expectations set out in the February budget. The net revenue figure for the 2020 financial year is 1,250 billion rand. All major tax brackets showed improvement, including personal tax, corporate tax and VAT, as the economy gained a slight momentum towards the end of the year. SARS Commissioner Edward Kieswetter joining us now. Commissioner, good evening. We know the economy had done better than expected, so that's one issue. But I want to focus on, the administered efforts by SARS, which also improved collection, and interesting details you pointed out today. For example, you said that SARS made 370,000 telephone calls and texts, and that brought in, a figure of about 63 billion rand. What is that telling you?
Well, Devon, we know that in the last number of years, levels of compliance and tax morality has sadly declined as people has lost confidence in the entire system of governance. They feel morally justified to fiddle with their taxes. And then also there is some level of the real struggle of South Africans with low economic growth and little disposable income. So a low target or an easy target is to try and not pay the debt that's outstanding. And we also find several thousands of taxpayers who do not submit their returns. So we have a very focused project in SARS to follow up outstanding returns and to follow up outstanding debt. And that's the reference to the calls and SMSs that you refer to. And so the activity that SARS engages in, and that is a sample of those activities, yielded 63 billion rand of revenue recovered from those activities, the outstanding debt and outstanding returns. We also have registered an additional 1.6 million taxpayers who were not in the base previously, and from them we collected 4.4 billion rand net.
Yeah.
And then
sorry for coming in there, Commissioner, but you said today, and I just touched on your earlier point, that criminal and illicit activity has now reached, in your words, inordinate levels in the community. And I'm wondering, your recruitment drive to get about 370 positions filled at SARS, surely that's going to go some way to winning this war.
Devon, of course, the bringing on specialist investigative and auditing skills are important, but you will have noticed from the positions that we've advertised, there is also a huge focus on data science and data analytics. It is practically impossible for SARS or the human effort to process all of the growing volumes of data that we manage. We get inordinate volumes of data from third-party providers, from international jurisdictions, and then we've increasingly also gathered data from what happens in the public, what we hear from the commissions of inquiry, what we see in social media. And so one of our important approaches is to increase and expand the use of data. And so you'll see machine learning algorithms, artificial intelligence is increasingly part of our armory. So I can share with you, for example, that one of the pieces of work that we have done in the last year, and there are 1.6 million instances of that, is to prevent refund fraud from going out. Now, we cannot, it's humanly impossible to investigate all of those only with human effort. And so using machine learning algorithms and running this data through supercomputers is in fact what has allowed us in this particular year to also prevent up to 57 billion rands of refund leakage.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned some of these illicit behaviors. You've also pointed and you've flagged tax consultants, you've flagged intermediaries today, and you've also flagged business rescue practitioners who, for all intents and purposes, have been involved in fraudulent behavior. Presumably, that's the target as well when you look at compliance.
It's really unfortunate that the very agents who form really an extension of the system of tax compliance, these intermediaries, and they are trusted agents, and it's really a pity when they who hold that position of trust then also begin to fiddle. And actually we find that many of the declarations where income is understated or expenses are overstated have been prepared by intermediaries. We also see the promotion of aggressive schemes that seek to reduce taxes and that borders on white-collar crime. And so it is a pity that intermediaries also sometimes yield to the temptation. And so, yes, we have launched a huge focus on that. And in the past year, you will have heard us announce the conviction from that category of the society. And then we also find the active participation by large corporates and wealthy individuals who have the resources and the means to get expensive advice, often to mask the true nature of their income. And that is the other area of focus for us, namely corporates for base erosion practices and high net worth individuals for masking the true nature of their income.
I've got a minute left, Commissioner. I've got to throw this one at you. What should those holding cryptocurrencies at the moment expect from SARS?
So for now, we have asked, we have actually a number of years ago put a practice note, a clarification note on our website, but not much has happened. And so what we are doing now, as it is the case with us, we are creating the opportunity for individuals to disclose either the acquisition or trading in cryptocurrency. Increasingly, we'll expand our capability to get a better view of that. So you would know in the formal banking and financial services institution, we have automatic exchange of that data. And in the future, the exchanges that also deal with cryptocurrencies, we will look at including that into the exchange of third-party information. So for now, what we are asking is individuals on a voluntary basis to disclose those crypto assets as we build our own capability to administer our tax laws to include those assets as well.
SARS Commissioner Edward Kieswetter, thanks very much indeed for talking to us.